Today's ContinueCast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audibletrial.com/continueshow. Over 100,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, and MP3 player. Today, we're recommending Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami. It's kind of like reading a dream, except you're not naked and you didn't forget to do all your work for an entire semester in school, and you're also Japanese. So maybe it's not like your dreams, unless you are Japanese, in which case I guess it is kind of like your dreams, but I mean, whatever. Shut up. Be sure to get your free audiobook at audibletrial.com/continueshow.
This is ContinueCast.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the ContinueCast, the twice monthly podcast where we play a video game and let you know if we would continue or game over. My name's Paul.
My name is Nick.
And I'm Luke.
And we have a very special guest with us today.
Oh, hey. It's me. What's up, guys?
This is weird.
Thanks for having me on the show for the first time.
Welcome back,
Thanks
dude.
for inviting me.
No, welcome back.
Glad to have you on here.
Yeah, it's pretty neat to be a special guest on such a wonderful podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
How's it feel different than when you were just a normal person on this podcast?
It
a lot
feels
less
alive,
pressure.
not dead.
Yeah, I don't feel like I have to try at all now,
Dude.
which is funny because I never felt like I had to try it all before. No, I don't know.
Well, you better impress us because Luke will tell you.
Yeah, next
week
week
to week,
it could
man.
be. Yeah,
Could be
I know. I know.
I might not even be on next time. And you guys have it at my house.
Hey, Luke, we're here to do the podcast.
All right.
So we're finally back to video games. We're gonna do some video game talk.
I don't remember how this works.
How video games works?
I don't remember how this podcast works.
Oh yeah, when we're not bullshitting.
Yeah, how do we
For 2
do
hours?
things?
Man, yeah, we just got out of shape, didn't we? We just
Yeah.
let ourselves go for the past 3 months.
More
It's the
ways than
holidays,
one.
man.
Yeah,
Just got all out of whack.
but we're back into it, man. This is the real deal. We're gonna do.
We're talking about stuff.
We're talking about a video game. We're talking about Papers, Please.
Papers, please! You have to say it like that.
That's if you're a Nazi playing
See?
it.
Right? That's how Josh got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The papers, please!
It's just general foreign.
No, that's what the guy sounded like. You're like, that translates to paper, please.
Yeah,
It sounded like the dude.
purples. Sounds like he says Zig Heil. to
No,
be honest
really?
with you. I heard it.
Whoa.
Maybe
I
they
heard
wanted-
it. I heard it.
I didn't hear a Zig Heil, but all right.
All right. Or Hail
I
Hitler.
heard on 4chan they have the files, so if you go back and listen to it, it's actually the voice you hear at the end of BioShock Infinite.
Oh yeah, and the one that's like the real distant voice.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So Papers, Please, BioShock Infinite, same
universe.
Fan
man.
theories on Reddit.
Boom.
Everyone's got a tower. Everyone's got a man.
Yep.
Everyone's got a
I
woman.
just have gross snot coming out of my face.
I think I've heard that all the voiceover in this game is actually Hitler samples.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I think I've
Wow,
heard that
dude.
too.
I think I heard that.
That's
Huh?
crazy.
Even though it takes place in Russia, right?
Yeah,
In like the 80s.
Yeah. 80s
Hey, wait,
Russia.
what are you guys talking about? What is this thing?
it's Papers, Please.
Wait,
What
what
is that?
Don't we
What
do
is that?
what did we do this week or something? Or is that the other podcast that I?
That was the other podcast.
No, we did that,
We
didn't
did
we?
a general catch up.
Yeah, we
right?
did that, didn't we?
I don't know.
I think
I don't
usually what we
we
did,
did.
we sauntered around for about 10-15 minutes usually. It's a little
Oh, right,
saunter.
because if you recall, many of the comments on the early audio file versions on YouTube,
Audio.
in addition to being questionable in content, also said, God, it's been 12 minutes and you guys still haven't even talked about the game yet.
That's right.
Those people got it though. Those people understood what was going on. Those people get internet and how it's supposed to work.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what a show is.
There's no bullshit on the
Just
internet.
cut straight to
It's like,
it.
Yeah,
hey, man,
man.
you can start talking about the game anytime you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
In the
Turn it off.
59th minute of this podcast, we're gonna start talking about the game.
You can start your podcast. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Talk about a video game.
Yeah. Go ahead, do
Get
it.
right into it.
I'll listen. No, I won't.
Yeah.
Whoa!
That's special guest turnaround right
Yeah,
there.
right there, dude.
I'm the new Luke. What does Luke like? Comic books. I'm generally disgruntled at things.
I'm surly and ornery.
Ornery?
Yeah, you are. He doesn't care for most things.
Did you hear that ornery? I'm ornery, man. You got him really ornery.
He's ornery.
Right there, yeah.
He's ornery about that.
Yeah.
Nailed
it.
I'll go over the game. We'll talk about it. All right. So, Papers,
Okay.
Please is a PC and Mac video game, video juego.
Video, wake up! Video Tuesday, Paul. Come on.
Fuck.
It is a
Is that video
Montevideo juego.
Hold on, video games in Spanish.
I don't know.
I'm googling it right now.
I took 0 months of Spanish.
Yeah, I never took
You
Spanish.
said eggs.
Juegos,
said video
Juegos de video.
Juegos
Video
de
juego.
video.
No, you're thinking of.
Huevos de Soroche.
You're thinking of huevos.
Huevos
Huevos
rancheros.
is eggs.
Ah, it's a video huevos ranchero.
Oh, God.
Juegos de video.
Jehugos?
Jagos?
Durango.
You guys just made yourselves all sound ignorant.
Juggalos?
Juggalos. Yo, we going to the gathering this year?
Yo,
Yeah, we're going.
I already
Yeah.
booked our hotel, man.
Nice.
There's no hotels.
Yeah, there is, dude.
We're gonna do a live.
I mean, I booked a
continue
tent for
cast.
us to rent.
I booked us a
gonna have a
pond of
panel?
dirt to lay in
Yeah.
for the night.
Oh, my God.
If you bring us a bottle of Fago, we will sign it.
Fago de video.
Oh, my God. I almost wanna go.
Video. Video fagos.
I just want to get my Great Malenko signed.
I heard Ask Dan is gonna be there.
Dude, that's my favorite bit on SNL. Those are the best.
Ass Dan.
It's this SNL bit where they make fun of like the guy. We've talked about it on here before. Where they talk about the gathering of the Juggalos, and it's like a festival like that, but it's all like people like that will be there. The entire cast of the Golden Girls, like of people that will be at this thing,
Right.
And it's so good.
I just like the name Ass Dan.
That's,
Ask
Horatio
Dan is
Sands.
gonna be there, and then like later in the same promo, they're like, "Yo, later we're gonna have an R.I.P. for Ask Dan."
Everyone is just like, I'm gonna live for it. It's fucking freeze frame rip. It's so good.
He's the Juggalo Buke.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. Well, Papers, Please, a video juego made in August 8th of 2013.
What?
By one man, Lucas Pope.
That's so new.
It's very new.
It came out last
retro.
year, so it's retro.
Yeah.
Oh, it is retro. you're right.
Okay, good call.
Is retro just 1 year old?
It looks retro.
1 year older and older?
Retro's allowed to be however old we say it is.
If it's
Because
like-
our podcast, and
if
we
it's
do
like
whatever
rap,
we want.
If it's like a rap song, throwback is like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, here's this new Nicki Minaj throwback, and it's like a song that came out last summer.
You got to play it on your computer, so it is very retro.
So it is extremely retro. But it's a video game that you can buy on the internet and play.
$10,
It's $10. It's very good.
says you.
And this episode's over.
Good night, everybody.
We edit the show.
No, but
That's what I was doing today. It's in my brain.
but yeah, it's only available via download, and it's tagline says a dystopian document thriller. Would you
It's-
guys agree that that is true?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's dystopian.
There
There are
certainly
documents,
I was thrilled to play it.
and there are some thriller
Thrilling,
elements narratively,
Yes.
but it's not like a thriller game in the sense of like
Scares.
Scares,
Yeah.
right?
There's some jump scares.
It's a
It's
thriller
like
like
do a couple
it's a thriller away like Patriot Games
Right.
is.
I thought it was a thriller when I did a couple document scams, and I was like,
What are you laughing at?
that is a woman. You know what I'm
Went
saying?
Thriller and like the default thriller is fucking Patriot game.
It's a spy thriller.
That's a
No, I
politi-
know it is.
that's a political
it's just funny
thriller.
that's where you went out of all the options. I mean, Along Came a Spider. Come on, that's where I would have gone.
Along Came a Spider. All right, that's a thriller. But I
Snake
mean, then you
Eyes.
gotta
Yeah.
put it in the same vein as Alex Cross because it's the same guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Why are you staring at me?
You were the only one who was still talking to me before, who didn't go off.
They're talking about thrillers.
Oh man, Papers, Please. Paul is cracking the whip now.
Yeah, he's yeah.
I'm asking for attention, please.
Attention, please.
Oh, Jesus.
Just crack it. Dude,
Focus,
2014.
please.
We're cracking down on the
Fuck us.
tangents.
Fuck us.
Fuck us, please.
Fuck us.
Remember when we were allowed to talk about whatever we wanted to? That was great.
That was fun. That was good.
I'm streamlining.
Remember, this wasn't a
Streamlining.
totalitarian podcast.
Remember when this wasn't a dystopian documentarian thriller podcast?
Maybe I got a little Aristotska in me, dude.
Oh, man.
All right.
Arstotska.
Cause no
Aristotska.
trouble.
I got a
The
little.
Arstotska cats.
So you play the role in this game of a
slave?
border guard slash slave. Yeah,
You're very much
You're a wage
Well,
slave.
you're
yeah.
like a border bureaucrat.
yeah,
a slave.
but you're a slave.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you're not the guard. The guards are
You're
there.
right. You aren't a guard. You are a bureaucrat, but you work with the guards. Yeah. So you work a booth where people are trying to immigrate into a false country, a fictional country of Arstotska.
I don't know why anyone would ever immigrate into this country.
I don't even know about the other countries around it, man. There's
Yeah,
gotta be
how
some shit
bad
going
the
on.
things got to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, in the other
This
countries.
place is
I mean,
not
I read,
nice.
I read the single line of newspaper every day.
Yeah.
Just the headlines. Only the headlines.
My favorite is when it says politics.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's some good news right there. That's some solid news.
That's all that they would need to print in newspapers now. Just politics.
Yeah.
People would be like, yes,
I
politics.
guess. So I'll just make up the story. in my
I
head.
hate your politics.
Yeah, so you would just argue, I read politics in the New York Times. Where did you read it?
Yeah.
Oh, I read it in the Washington Post. I don't believe in politics
I don't
from the
agree.
Washington
Yeah,
Post.
the Washington
No.
Post doesn't align with
Oh,
my
you
politics.
get your politics from the newspaper?
Oh man.
So you play this guard, and people approach you one at a time and
Yeah.
present you with documents, and you have to corroborate their documents with official
Right.
rules for their documents.
And boy, do they change every day.
Boy, did they
Yeah,
change
right?
every... This place has the most shifting policies I've ever dealt with. It's crazy. Every day.
It's an interesting mechanic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
except for, and when I say interesting, eventually I hate it. Hey, you know what I want to do? Do real work in a
Yeah,
video
the
game.
Yeah.
This game starts out basically being a game that you could use to teach kids about dates
Yeah, right.
and
Yeah.
and colors and
We should put this game in schools, is what you're
yeah,
saying.
you could for the first like 2 days.
Right.
And you'd be like, "Oh, this is good. This is teaching my kids
after
things."
that.
Yeah.
And then after that it's like
learning how to proofread.
Yeah.
You know, make sure his papers are correct.
Oh my god, dude.
and then you get into full body scans and things get a little iffy right there.
I do
I
love
saw
it.
some saggy tits.
I do love it when somebody comes up and they have like, it looks like a woman. And they have a guy's name, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
it says here, you're a man.
Yeah.
Step into the scanner, please.
My favorite is I asked that and someone was like, "What is this question?"
Yeah, what is this question?
What is this question?
Dude, the one guy was like, as the document says, and I was like, oh yeah, it says denied, bitch.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
ain't getting in
Whoa!
Yeah, man.
here. I shut him down, dude.
But
Said
then
F.
then they're like,
Yep.
and the little
Yo.
ticker tape starts up, and you're like, "Shit, it
That's
was a woman."
Annoying as
Dude.
fuck.
They have great infrastructure in this thing. Like
They know.
the amount of information that is passed instantaneously is incredible.
You can
So
check
first
a
off-
person's fingerprints within seconds.
Right, exactly.
Seconds.
And then somebody who is obviously better at my job than I am tells you right away that you're
Why
not
don't
doing-
they just do your
Yeah, Why
job?
don't they just do it instantaneously from
Yeah.
wherever they are?
It's like they know.
What
Dude,
I love
it's
is
so
that you
crazy.
get 2 of those mistakes a day
Yeah.
with no consequence.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's where it gets interesting, and we will get to that.
It took me a while to figure that one out.
Yeah.
Because I was just letting people go. And I was like, well,
You
if
were
I
letting
don't-
everyone go?
If I, no, I was letting them just, I was like denying everybody. I was
Yeah.
like, fuck
You get penalized for
You get
fucking
penalized
denying
if you
them,
deny
too.
people, which is stupid.
You only get penalized if they should have came in.
Yeah, but that's stupid.
well, that's not real. Yeah, that's probably not. Well, I guess they could.
Because like if I'm a border guard and I don't let somebody in, like I don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
I think by what that is they would appeal later. It's like quickening that. Like they would go appeal and then be found out.
You know
that they
what
would
I'm
be
gonna
allowed to-
appeal with?
What's that?
Fucking black sack over your head, and then you're going into a
Whoa.
camp.
Whoa.
Wow.
Please step
All
back. Detained. What is happening? I'm not leaving. Here comes guard with rifle butt.
Dude, the butt when
Yeah,
he hits him
I
in the
love
head.
that.
I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa.
Now you're leaving.
You carry that sack of potatoes out.
Yeah, man.
Negative. I am a meat popsicle.
Smoke you.
Wrong answer.
So yeah, you start out. It's pretty simple. And you're only requiring like a passport from each person. You check their date, you check their picture, sex, height, whatever.
Yeah, check where they're province they say they're
yeah,
from.
issuing city. Make sure that that's an actual legit city that they can issue from it. So yeah, it starts out very like rote. But then they start throwing in. You have like 3 documents per person.
Right.
You have to cross-examine all those documents amongst each other and then check them against the book.
You get the wanted posters.
You get the wanted posters. You get people. Very early in the game, you get people that are just terrorists that just show up and shut down your thing within a certain time limit. So you have to get as many people done before a dude climbs over and throws a fucking grenade.
Like a Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, a Molotov cocktail. Yeah.
So you get that gun.
Yeah,
And
the
I'm just
gun's
like,
sweet.
I kept that key in my hand the whole time. I was like, I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
I slid.
John Wayne.
Okay, here's the first thing that I thought of this game. This game rewards heavily because now Nick, you were talking about this a little bit earlier, and you were saying you had a hard time getting past. How many levels did you get up to?
I think I couldn't make it past like 10 because there's this whole morality thing. Aside from your work, you have like a home life where you have to like take care of your family and stuff. And I got into debt pretty quick, and got shut down a couple times.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I had that issue the first time I played. Then I played it again, and my son and my uncle died, and it was smooth sailing after that. I was like, that was pretty good. I was just let some people die, and then I'm good, man. 2 people to feed instead of 4.
You get those freeloaders, man.
You can let
your
the
uncle,
mother-in-law.
Like if you alternate early on to like get a little backlog of money until you like get into a good flow, you can alternate like
sicknesses,
heat food,
yeah.
food,
Right.
food.
Yeah.
Like,
But you got to be a pro.
Pretty
Like
good.
I couldn't do more than like.
I had nothing to
Like
do with being
5
a pro.
in a
It had to
day.
do with me being deal with it.
No, I mean of like
We didn't get beat today.
because you get money based on how many people you pass.
Yeah.
through
Right.
the thing.
No, it's how many people you process.
Yeah, not just
how many
denied,
people-
just process. And
Oh,
turn around.
right. You check and like successfully
Properly,
check.
yeah.
Not well.
But
I
you
don't
get
think it counts
penalized
for if you get a
Even
thing.
if you send them away, if they came into the booth, you get
And
paid.
you did.
No, but
Yeah,
if
if
you
you
do
properly-
it wrong, you get penalized though.
Yeah.
But
then
only
you
if you do it
Only if
wrong.
you do it wrong.
Twice.
Right.
Well, 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
The third time you get a penalty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
Each time you get
it took me a while to figure out that like you can't just deny people. I was like, I'll just play it safe. I'll just deny everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Dude,
did
that
a
would've
set
been
like that,
great.
like Luke. I was just
Yeah.
like, what would Luke do in this situation?
Yeah.
Deny everybody.
Yeah.
Just no, you're not.
And after the first day, it was like, no, you can't do that.
That's stupid.
Yep.
It's, I don't
I
know.
don't know, if you're from my country, you got in.
Well, on the first day,
Arstotzka?
yeah.
Go ahead, bro. No problem, bro. Nice to see you.
Glory to
Gloria
Arstotzka.
Arstotzka. Boom. Boom.
Holy shit.
Nice to see you. Then you got that little guy that always comes
Oh,
by.
That guy.
he's the best.
Okay,
Sorry, you're
learn about that dude.
Hello.
I dealt with that guy.
Watto in my brain.
Yeah. I let that guy.
need a passport?
I let that little motherfucker eat up my time so much.
Yeah.
And then about day 15, I was like, "Fuck it, you're in." I'll take the burn. I was like, burn one on him. I let him in. I was like, should have done that fucking on day 2.
Yeah, right.
So just let that guy in.
Oh, he's like, I understand. Send me away.
He's so nice about it. But if you just let him in, you ain't got to deal with him
doesn't
anymore.
get
He
a
doesn't
point.
eat up
No,
any
I
more
know.
of your time.
Like if you follow his story all the way through,
Mm-hmm.
he gives you like that coin, or does he do it even if you just let him in?
After like the third time, I was just like, fuck it, dude. Just go.
Oh,
through it.
really? Okay.
He had like a passport, and I was like, whatever.
Like the hand draw.
hand
Wait,
drawn.
no, that one I was like, get the fuck out of here. And then he showed up with like a real one, and I was like, whatever.
Dude, you send
Just
him.
get
I
in.
send him the stockade like twice. Like
Wait, how do you send him the stockade?
well, like when he comes to get because he has drugs on his leg.
Oh, I didn't. I
He's
never
like,
got to
okay,
scan him.
and then he's like, and he comes back like 2 days later, and he's like, yep, I bribed that guy, and he let me back through, and I was like, you got drugs again, bro? Ain't happening. He's like, I understand. That other guy's gonna get a lot of money. I'll see you later.
He's trying to bribe you.
Right,
You
and
should have
then-
taken the bribe.
But what happens is, I mean, I don't know if you guys are gonna play through it again and follow his story or do whatever you want, but like, if you follow his thing all the way through and let him in at like the right time when he finally has all the right documents and he does everything right, like he gives you just like money. He's just like, here you go.
That's great.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of
like
there's a
he
lot
shows
of
up. It's like $1,000 was delivered to your house today.
yeah. There's a lot of rewards if you like deal with people. If you think of the way to like sneak them in or do something. There's like a lot. I mean, you get coins and stuff like that, like the achievement coins.
Right.
But there's also little stuff like.
know,
Did you guys deal with the order at all? When you
I
get that secretive
I
order
did
that starts
not
to
deal
show
with
up.
them in my playthrough because I was being strict Jones.
Yeah.
You know, it's like But they're another set of people. It's
Yeah.
like if you don't help them, like one day it's like, oh hey, like $10,000 at your house. What do you want
Yeah.
to do? Keep it or burn it? And I was like, burn it,
Right. I kept it.
burn it,
Why'd you burn it?
because I don't want to be caught helping them.
Yeah. I kept it.
But then
This-
my whole family made it through alive. We made it out. I was great. I mean, I'm telling you, how
Right.
I did. And the only person who didn't was one day my sister was taken to prison and her daughter needed a place to stay, and I was like, tough titties.
You're gonna
Can't
work
stay
at,
with me.
You're working at the brothel.
I was like, you can't stay with me. I got enough people under this roof. And then that was that.
What did you finish at? What like section of housing? Like, did you?
I
move
stayed in
up?
the same house.
You stayed at 8 the whole time?
Yeah, I
That
never
makes
moved out,
sense.
yeah.
That makes sense.
That's a
Stayed there
Luke
the
move.
whole time.
Yeah.
That was my job. That was my lot in life.
Man of the people,
This
dude.
is an interesting game. Like, it really makes you think about like the reality of the world.
Right.
Like, you're basically balancing a checkbook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Of
you have-
humanity.
Also, you have to like live in a totalitarian regime.
Yeah.
So you're like afraid. You're like you've experienced a lesser version of the fear of like being caught. Like Luke just said, like you didn't want to get caught. Like you didn't
Yeah.
want to get fucking thrown in jail.
Yeah.
Like there are people who like live their life like this. Like real human beings
Yeah.
have to do this shit. And
Yeah.
it, you know.
I mean,
Well, that's what's cool is like the whole morality thing and like the fact that you can like let people in, like you can find a way to like you're like, okay, well I have a couple that I can burn that it won't
Yeah.
affect my family. Like I'll let this person slip because you get the husband and wife who show up.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the wife's after it, and it's like,
oh yeah, she didn't get in.
yeah, I didn't let her in either.
I did let the soldiers, like love her from another land come in.
Oh shit!
Support our troops, man. That's what it's
That's
about.
right, because she saved my life one day.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, hey,
That's cool.
Here's one. Did that guy bribe you, the guard, for
No, no,
detaining
no, he
people?
was like-
no, I'm saying, did he ever bribe
that's a
you?
different guy.
Because he bribed me, and I was like,
Oh yeah,
we detaining people
I
now?
many money detaining people all day.
Yeah, man.
I was like,
I'm gonna do
this
that
is
anyway.
wrong. Detain.
Yeah.
Because you can just deny them. You
Yeah.
don't have to detain them. But I
Yeah.
was like, lock them up.
Yeah, man.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude. I'm
$5 a
wow.
head, son.
yeah, $5 every 2 heads,
All right.
Damn.
and he doesn't pay. That guy doesn't pay right.
He doesn't pay right.
He doesn't. He'll
The
like
first two times he does it.
He'll be like, oh, sorry, man, I only got $5.
But
And you got like
but
4
after
people.
the first two times, he keeps doing it. He
Oh
does it
yeah,
right.
he gets you right.
I was talking about the one like sniper that like hangs out in the back.
Ah,
He was like, I met this lady when I was like stationed in another country during the war. She's coming here, and she comes in. She's like, I don't have any paperwork. I was like, I don't care. Go on in.
yeah, I love that stuff. I love how it started to like really tax you on your ability to like weigh those moral choices.
Yeah.
And like you're thinking about your family, but it's weird because you don't see your family.
Right.
Right.
But there's for some reason you have this like attachment to these
I
like
didn't.
4 little circles. I know, right?
I was
my son and uncle died, and I was happy because I was like, yeah, sweet.
I saw my uncle live with me, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing living with me, motherfucker?"
Dude, they just went for the free ride, man. You got to
Yeah.
move up to this house, and there's like, oh, we're moving on up.
It might be like in Japan where like the husband has to take care of his family and the wife's family. Like
Yeah.
when the parents retire, it's
Yeah.
it's on the onus of the new man
Right.
to
Yeah.
like take
Right.
care of everybody.
Right.
So maybe that's like your deal. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the cultures of Arstatska beyond the brothel.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
what's up with
we-
that? Do you get to go to that?
No,
I don't know.
No, you don't get to go to them.
But you can like
They keep
save
giving
the
them those
women because
cards.
that killer is there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, there's like all these weird things like that. Like a guy showed up and he's like, here, give these cards out to engineers. And like every time someone showed
I'll
up
help
for
that
work, yeah, you give them that and you get some money for it.
He fucking chewed me out though. He was like, I needed help with this kind of engineers.
Yeah,
not
that's what he
this."
did to
I
me,
was like,
too.
All right, tough tits.
Yeah, it doesn't say what kind of engineer they are, dude. It just says engineer, and I'm just doing my job here, doing my double job because you gave me a second one. Thanks.
That's the name of this game. Do more work.
Do more
for
work.
the same amount of money. It's very, very real life.
Yeah.
It's a little too real for me. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't like this. I was like, I don't
Too
want
real?
I like the routine.
It was a little real.
That's okay. That's what I wanted to
That's
talk
the
about.
German coming out.
I like that
Okay,
routine.
first time I played it, I had my paper layout a totally different way than the second time I played it because I was like, this is how you lay out all the stuff so you can see everything perfectly. Like, and I had my little. my rule book in my upper left hand corner.
Yep.
You got your wanted poster on the right hand side.
Yep.
Key right above the wanted poster on the right, very top right. You have your like extra, like all my little extra stuff down the bottom left, like my business cards they hand out to the engineers. Had that down lower left, and then I had my
Like
little
in the lower left or on the desk?
on the
Because you can
desk.
just leave them
You
on the
can
desk.
I could leave them on the desk. I had that was probably a good idea too. I just left them on my lower, very far lower left of my space, and then I had on the bottom right between those two my little the order. I had a little cryptology thing because like they have all types of
those guys.
yeah, they have all types of crazy shit they give you to like code the way that like who gets in and stuff
Right.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, it's awesome. That was like my favorite part because like I saw that stuff and I was like, as soon as I saw the order, I was like, yeah. I was like, these
As soon
people
as
are
I saw
right.
that, and they were like, well, "This guy needs to get in." I was like, "You got it. Get out."
Jesus.
No, but did you guys find that you had like a layout that you liked, like when you put all your stuff on the?
At
Yeah.
first, I didn't realize like that you needed to like cross-reference things
Yeah.
so much. It took
Dude,
me
you
a
got a
little while.
pro to be in that rule book. You're like,
Yeah. You got to be like a fucking like an accountant or like a fucking librarian or something.
Later,
Yeah.
you get upgrades to it where you get little tabs for the pages,
Oh,
and you
that's
can
cool.
you can jump to the pages really quickly.
Yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
nice.
Yeah,
But
If you pay for them.
if you pay for it.
yeah,
And
because
it-
you upgrade your desk, right? You can
Mhm.
upgrade your
Yeah, you can have it so that you can hit tab to shoot out your stamper. What's space?
Spacebar
runs the check thing. To
The scan.
The scanner. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep, and then there's
Tabs in the rule book.
tabs in the rule book, and there's one more. Oh, double click for cross checking things.
Okay. Oh, so you don't.
That's
click on
awesome.
that fucking,
Yeah, you're just like
that's
and you
nice.
like click on what you want.
That's
Oh,
annoying
that's
as
nice.
shit.
yeah.
And finding the fucking rule that they're violating, you're just like, oh god.
It's annoying. It's a
It is
shitty
annoying.
job that
I was-
I would never do this job in real life. I would be the worst at this job in real life.
Right.
So this game, I was like yelling at my computer. I was like, "This is bullshit. This fucking sucks. I don't fucking want to look at dates and pictures and shit. Fuck this."
I was wondering, like Luke and I were like just sort of glossing over it the other day, up in New York, and we were like talking, and I was like, Nick and Josh are gonna hate this. I said it to him like, right there.
I
I was
think
like,
it's
they're
a
gonna hate this
brilliant
game.
idea. It's a brilliant game, and it's very like it's art almost. It makes you feel feelings, which is
Yeah.
cool. But
Yeah.
the gameplay, my brain doesn't function that way. Like and what it is it's like training your brain to function that way, and like that's the game aspect of it.
Right.
But like I don't care. I would just let everyone in. If this was real life, I'd be like, what do you got? Like drugs? Whatever, you're coming in. This place needs a little chaos. You know? Fuck it. You're a terrorist? Go, come on in.
Come on in. Well, Josh is going to be working for the
You haven't
TSA
been
next
vaccinated?
week.
You ain't getting in, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta get that polio vaccine. Son.
Ellis Island.
When I sat down with this game, I was just like, man, this is exactly what it would be like to do this. I was like,
I played the complete 30 days in one sitting.
wow.
I just sat down. It was like Sunday. I was watching football, and I was like, go.
You could do this with something else going on? I don't think I could cross.
Yeah, football, because I was just like, whatever.
Right.
You know, the Eagles are done.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense then.
You know,
Like, I wouldn't be able to
I
multitask.
finished- I mean, I took that picture of it when I was done. It was like I spent like 4.5 hours playing,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like straight, just like nonstop, just like, yep, nope.
Yeah. it is like it gets like what's the word I'm looking
The
for
routine.
here? Yeah, the routine becomes like you just kind of like fall into this pattern that's
Yeah.
like it's like intoxicating. You
Mhm.
get like kind of
Like
like
meditative.
Yeah.
Sort of zone out.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. You're just like, all right, let me check this, and you get your pattern down where you start to be like, you have all your things laid out in the way you want them laid out because that you know exactly how you check the documents. You're like, I'll check this first,
Yeah.
check my dates, check this, because like there's like this like order of things that makes sense. Like
Right.
you always check this first because, you know, if you do it that way, you're gonna like get to the things the quickest.
Right.
Like
Right.
because I always would.
It's all about speed.
Exactly,
Right.
yeah.
Go.
Because if you don't check that expiration date first, you end up always checking all this other shit.
Yep.
And then
And then
forgetting that.
and then you
Yep.
forget, and then you
Yep.
look back and you're like, shit.
That's
Yeah.
true. If you
Yeah.
don't, that's the last thing. If that's the last thing you look at, then you're always fucking it up. 'Cause
Yep.
it slips by you because it's just a number. All those, even like double checking the serial number,
yeah.
it just gives me anxiety. Like it literally, I get anxiety thinking about checking a number against another number.
You know
It just
what?
fucking drives me crazy.
You know what? I was really good at. I'm really good at anagrams. So
Yeah.
like when it was two ID numbers, I just looked at them and I knew.
Yeah,
like,
you can-
instantly.
you
I was just
can
like,
look-
boom,
yeah.
it's done. I never messed up an ID number once because I would just be like, boom, I could just like look and just put them together.
When the machines take over, Paul, you're gonna fit in.
Just with the anagram machines. Me and the anagram machines will be hanging out, but everything else.
I don't know, man. I can barely like live in the world that we live in now, like this real world of complex bureaucracy, and this world in the game is like. If I lived in Russia in the 80s, I would have been executed. That's what this game taught me. I would have been executed, and they would have killed me for treason. Because I'd have been like I'd been like, no, we're not doing this. I'd be fucking in Siberia right now, dead.
It's like Siberia now.
Here, it's fucking 10 degrees out.
Yeah.
It really does like alter your attitude, like when you're playing. Like I felt like getting like very like tense.
Yeah.
And I would like finish checking somebody. And I would like throw their shit at them, and I'd be like, "Fucking next, go!"
Yeah, it's like have your documents next.
That's
you're
another
like,
thing. It's like if you want to play this game, go to the fucking DMV and just
right.
sit there and watch them do stuff.
Dude, right?
Because people there are just like, go, leave. You don't have the right document. Get
the
out.
right thing.
It's the same fucking thing.
Try tomorrow.
It's crazy.
Oh my god!
But you're dealing with the same bureaucracy. Like how angry did you get when someone came up to you and was like, "Oh, I need that paper too," and you're like, "Yeah, you did, you dumbass." Denied.
Yeah,
how
how annoying is it when like you they give you their passport and they have the ticket and they don't put the ticket down, so you got to click on the thing, click on the counter.
Where's your ticket?
Where's your ticket?
I have
here
that.
it's right here.
It's
and
like you want to deny them right there.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I would wait for the person to ask me where my ticket is.
Right.
You know, sometimes like that happens. It's a very human thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, here it is. You know.
Of course.
Right.
But you're playing the game and you're like, "Where's your fucking ticket, asshole?"
Because to
Fucking
you,
move,
because
cattle.
to you, this is a machine. This is a process. To
Right.
them, it's like the one time that they have to
do
deal
it.
with this.
Yeah.
Right.
And they've never dealt with this. And for you, it's I've done this thing 100 times already.
Yeah,
It's very weird.
it's cool.
Yeah.
The only times I ever really got nervous about it was when they were like, "Hey, this guy is going to be in line." And he's like,
the
that
secret
football guy or whatever.
No, not the football. There was
sports
like a
guy.
guy.
I gotta let that guy in.
A red suit in line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, if he gets to the line today, like do this. And I was like, okay. So I was like trying to like process as many people as I could, but I didn't get them through. So I have no idea what happened with that. And the only other time I got nervous was at the end when the guy was like, "Hey, your review is in 2 days." And I was like,
man.
Shit.
I was like, "Oh shit, what did I do wrong?"
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like going back and thinking through like the last like 20 something days of my career. Like, am I gonna be murdered?
Yeah.
Am I gonna be murdered?
Yep.
It's awesome that it can create that kind of anxiety in you.
Yeah.
Especially because like you're working so hard to survive every day because it's like so hard to actually get these little details.
Dude, I got
correct.
to like 13 people one day, and I was like,
damn.
and I was
really
like
good.
a one time.
Yeah.
I was like, and I never did it again. But like, I got to that one time, and I was like, all right, all right.
Right.
They do a great job of like simulating what like mail carriers must feel.
Yeah.
That like never ending,
It just never stops.
endless. Because like,
Dude, the new day starts, and you see all these people. You're
Yeah.
like, how the fuck am I gonna get to all these people?
Yeah, you're never gonna.
and you
end.
let one in or let one go or whatever, and the line just continues
Oh,
to
yeah.
snake through, and
Oh,
you're
my
like,
God.
yep.
Yep.
And it's even like weighted, like the perspective of the screen. You know what I mean? Like it's not like the guard tower or your booth is like in the middle.
It's off to
It's
the left.
off to the side. So
Yeah.
there's all this freedom and there's all this congestion. So it's like you're like mentally, you're just like, just fucking let them in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's off-putting.
It's the whole experience really. I was uncomfortable the whole time.
Yeah.
It really made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, and the people are weird looking.
Yeah, everybody's
they-
like distorted.
Just really distorted and gross looking, and you can't tell man from woman half the time. You're like,
That's
what is
great.
that thing right there?
I love that.
And then you take a picture of them and you see their naked body, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
oh god.
I
All
was
right.
like, is that a penis?
I didn't
Yeah.
get to that stuff. I didn't get to body
No?
scanners. No.
Oh,
It's
man.
it's you do it the first time you do it. The first time I wasn't expecting naked, like full body nakedness, and I was like, oh yeah, that's what they do when they scan us now. They see us like
Yeah.
that.
That's a thing
Yeah.
that they do to you.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever have to do that?
I
Yeah,
never
yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
I had to do it.
It's weird.
Dude, I got like TSA'd like 3 times in
Like,
my
pulled out
life.
TSA'd?
Yeah.
Really?
It's crazy. And then once was on our honeymoon, and then the other 2 times was just like on a
Excuse
random
me, sir, are you
trip.
kidnapping this woman? She is very unhappy looking.
She's like, yes, true.
But they like took out the thing. They like swabbed my shoes. They like swabbed my hat to make sure it didn't have like explosive powder or
Oh my
like residue
God.
on it. They put it in this like scanning machine.
This is like the crazy, insane world we live in.
Yeah.
I would love
Holy
it
shit.
if we got a modern version.
Where's
That'd
the
be cool.
TSA?
Or, no, it's
fucking
not like the
TSA
TSA,
simulator?
but like you have all that thing, and it's like, all right, this now the new thing is you also got to scan everybody's like shirts for,
Yeah.
residue.
Yeah.
What,
Like-
what kind of residue was gonna be on your hat that was gonna make your fucking hat explode? Like,
No, but to that I had been working with it. Like if it was on my person,
that's what I mean. Like,
my,
but
my
what
hat
if
wouldn't blow
what
up.
if like you just had that on? Like, I don't know everything that falls on my person every day.
Right.
Like, what if I go to like a gunpowder factory and I didn't know that
Oh, they
they used
ask
to
you.
make like
They
fucking.
ask you, have you fired a weapon?
That's
Oh, really?
scary. Wow.
But what's the right answer?
If
Nope.
you have, then yes.
Yeah, but that can be
That
used.
explains
That
the
can
gunpowder residue.
that can be used in any way they want.
I'm just saying.
Well, now you're just being a little paranoid.
Am
Maybe. Maybe
Am
not.
I?
That's really interesting about the TSA thing. That's like almost what this is. And like, I'm not like demeaning TSA people, but
I
like,
am.
But
No,
like,
that's exactly what this is.
no, but like that you, like, how does this country work? That like you pull this lottery ticket and now you are the one in charge of like
It's
you're just
it's
like the
Russia.
fucking farmer, and they're just like, yeah, now you're fucking security guard. Go figure it out.
Yeah, it's-
like
it's-
you're the fucking last line of defense.
it's communism. That's
yeah,
what they
but that's
did.
like what our TSA is. They're like these people who are like making like,
right.
probably not minimum wage, but something like close to it, and they're like, they're the fucking last line of defense against terrorism. Like they don't give a shit about any of us.
Yeah, yeah. I
They give
mean,
a shit about all of us, Nick.
that's one way to look.
Well, we
at
have a
it.
fan. We have a couple fans that work for the TSA, actually.
Yeah, we know.
Oh,
somebody
yeah,
who
yeah,
does.
yeah, that's
I'm
right.
not gonna name
We
any
won't
names,
say
but I don't.
Right.
I don't want to pull people out. But we have some fans, and I mean, I'm
Why?
sure we could
They
talk to them
would.
about it.
Well, that's true. That's very true.
That's
They
very
have
true.
seen all of our dicks, so
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to think that if we ran into one of them, they'd be like, "Go ahead."
I like.
Go
To,
ahead.
well, maybe not anymore because I just said all that shit. They're gonna fucking pull me out of line next time I go to the
yeah.
fucking
Well, now we
airport.
know they're not going to get $5 if they let us in. I'm going to feel
Right.
bad about it.
No, but no. I mean, it's people always call it security theater, where like it's
Yeah,
more for
exactly.
the show. It's more for
Right.
like the calming
The
presence
illusion
of,
of
it. Yeah.
security. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes
the
you feel
illusion
good.
of safety. We're all safe now because the real world is safe all the time. That's how
Right.
it works, right?
Right.
We don't have lions chasing us anymore, but
Yeah.
we like to pretend like
Right.
something won't just like pull around the street and just hit you and kill you. You know what I mean? Like you can't account for random chance.
Yeah.
But
You can
Anyway.
sure as hell can try to eliminate it with lines and pat downs.
with tickets and
Multiple documents of
IDs,
identification. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look. I mean, this game shows you that, like, how easy it is, because it's not about. You can have all the factual numbers proper or wrong. It's all about the person
It's a
checking it.
human-
It's the
Right.
human thing. It's
Right.
it's morality.
Right.
Does he need to feed his family, or is he feeling sympathetic towards you? And this is like at the end, I didn't get to the final day, but did they give you like a breakdown of all the things you did? How detailed is like the
Yeah.
stuff?
Here, let me go. I have the picture on my phone.
Yeah, please let me see it, because I'm really interested to see, like, is it like a Rorschach test when you're done? Like when you can look
Right.
at it and be like, how moral were you? How
Right.
cold-hearted
Oh,
were you?
I see what you're saying.
Like,
Like,
you know,
for
like
you, the person.
For you, like, be
Yeah.
like,
I think
this
it's
is,
just stats though, right? Which would make sense because of the game is just it's a document.
right. But can you interpret those things from it? You know, can you
Yeah.
see like, oh, I can tell that you were very like Luke was very hard line. Like he didn't.
That's
let,
the whole point
you
of
know?
the game, though. Can you interpret someone's morality
Yeah.
via numbers and letters?
That's
and
what I'm wondering.
pictures?
Yeah,
I mean-
well, you plug the game into the first memory card slot, and then Psychomantis can like analyze,
Right.
Analyze
based
you, and he'll
on,
tell you
That
what you
makes
are.
based on what you are. That's how it
Yeah.
works.
He can also tell if you were looking at porn and what sites you went to.
Yeah, that's what it
true.
looks like when you finish.
Okay, so I'm looking at the picture right now. So what it says is just stats. It says how long you played for, how many travelers you processed. 302. Good job. I think that's good. I don't know. 159 approved, 79 denied, 49 detained, 36 citations earned, 243 stamps applied. What does that mean? Oh, I guess
You know, like the
total of
total
denied
stamp,
or
like denied,
Right,
and
or-
then the other stamp that you
approved.
get,
Oh,
The,
reason? The reason
the
stamp?
reason stamp.
Oh, I see. Okay. I was wondering because I was like, that doesn't seem to add up to the same. Maybe it does. I don't know. But yeah, so and then you get ending 20 of 20, which I remember looking at this actually. I don't know what ending. I don't know if 20 of 20 was the best.
I also
or,
accidentally got like ending 11 out of 20, which happens like 2 days before the game ends. Your immediate superior comes in, and you can like have stuff on your wall and shit.
Yeah, I had like the poster from like the soccer dude.
Well, I had the poster for soccer, and I had the letter up from my kid, or that he drew of me.
My kid was dead.
Oh, my kid lives, and I got him a birthday present one day. I got him crayons, so he drew me a picture with the crayons. And
What a shitty birthday present.
Have crayons?
whatever, yeah. Anyway, the so I had that hanging up, and I didn't know, like when you start your shift every day, the gate is down.
Right.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can put it up.
I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
thought you
Saves
just had to
time.
wait till it went up when you called the first person.
Mhm.
So the guy comes in and he's like, "You got all this shit all over your wall. You're done." And
Wait,
it's
what?
like, okay. He's like, "You're done. You're fired."
Wow.
Yeah. And then
Really? So you're supposed to keep your gate down during that, huh?
well, no, he comes in and the gate goes up automatically, but you can see him walking, so you have time to flip the switch, pull all the stuff off the wall, and then wait for him to walk in.
Oh, I
so then I
see.
just reloaded real quick and did that, and then I finished out the last 2 days.
Huh.
That's cool.
That's nuts, dude.
I love that it offers you the ability to go back day by day too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that if you do see something like that, you can go back and be like, oh, I'll make that little change, that little
Right.
adjustment.
Right.
And it's a cool little bit of time travel that it affords
I had
you.
to start over so many times.
Oh yeah, me too. At the
I
beginning,
fucked
Yeah.
up so much, and then I just got frustrated, and I was like, I don't fucking care. I don't care.
Well, that's the
I'm
thing.
just gonna let revolutionaries in. I'm gonna let goddamn anybody in this fucking
You got to work for the
shithole country.
you got to work for the order, dude.
At that point, I was
Yeah, I
like,
gotta
I
do
wish
that,
you'd
yeah.
take me away and execute me. I was like, this game makes me want to die.
I'm definitely
Is
going
that-
to do that on one of the playthroughs.
The order's cool because
Do
it
their stuff.
gave me like a light Fez feel where it was like you get a little cryptology
Yeah.
and stuff,
Yeah,
and
there's
like
little puzzles.
yeah, little puzzles and little like, and the guys look all cool with their like little one eye thing going
Yeah.
on, and it's like neat, and you get to like let the people in that are like the people that work for them, and they give you little like messages and stuff, and then you read about the newspaper like they use like a gas attack on somebody, and you're like, oh shit,
Whoops.
whoops. But
There was
Whoopsies.
oh, you know, what are you gonna do?
there was one person that came in one day, and they had that like letter. It wasn't one of the order people. They had a letter, and they were like, "I don't really have any paperwork, but here's a letter. It's like, you're very beautiful," and
Yeah, they like compliment
Yeah.
you.
they like compliment you. And I was like, "All right, cool, denied." But you like keep the letter. But then like a little bit later, like somebody else comes in. They're like, "God, I fucking feel like shit.
Right.
I hate my life." And I'm like, "Here you go, have this
You give
letter."
them the letter.
And then they're
Aw.
like, "Wow, brighten my day. No problem, denied."
Yeah, still can't get in.
These little flashes of like love and heart coming from Luke for like a split second, and then the bureaucracy
You
kicks
didn't have
back
the right
in.
papers. Like I said, man, the game's called Paper Please, not Papers.
You were
if you want
chaotic
it.
neutral, dude. You were chaotic,
Chaotic
fucking
neutral.
neutral,
Oh my god.
without a
Yep.
doubt,
Man.
Yep.
dude. I don't know, man. I know what you're saying. Like at first, when I first played this game, the first night I played it, I was like, "Fuck this game." I was like, "This
Yeah.
game sucks." But then I went back and played it the second time, and you know how like when you do something for a while and then you like rest on it for a little bit, you
Right.
instantly get better at it because
Right.
your
Yeah.
brain like does that work. Like something happened in my head that made me better at it, and I just was like, "Oh, I got to do it this way if I want to do it." And then like
Yeah.
I wasn't awesome at it. I'd probably still be even better if I spent more time on it. But that second time, I got into that flow where like you know like you're denying, you're accepting, and you're like, "This feels right." It just feels right. You're just like the little OCD part of your brain is like, I'm appeased by this.
That's like
you know?
the
It's like just
I don't know. Like I can't like get over the morality part of the game. For me,
Right.
it's like, well, why don't you just like pay me to do my job? Why do I gotta be paid like there's a lot of like social commentary in the game.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like if I work for like the state, like of Pennsylvania and DMV, like I get a salary.
Right.
And it doesn't matter how many people I fucking
Right.
do the thing for, I just get that money every
Right.
week. But here it's merit based, and
Yeah.
I have to like do it correctly to earn my pittance, you know?
Yeah.
And that just like instantly makes me like unhappy, and
Yeah.
I don't want to do my job.
and it
because
makes you spiteful.
It makes
Towards
yeah, and I don't
Yeah.
care, and then I don't want to play the game.
See, that's interesting that you go that way because it's a Rorschach thing here,
Right.
Because for you, it's like, no, I don't want to play. I'm not going to play the game then.
But that's like my
That's
personality.
you.
Type.
For me, I'm like, well, I'm gonna fucking work every angle I can. Then that's the fucking like Sicilian in me. That's like,
Right,
I'm gonna,
that's-
yeah, you know.
I'm a little
Is that
more
what you
like
are?
burn it all down. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm working with everybody. Then I'm taking all the money and I'm doing, like,
I'd like
make
to
this
go,
work
I'd like
for
to
me.
Go back and look at some of the earlier podcasts and see how many other things Paul says he is.
Yeah. What even is Paul?
Pretty sure I've only ever said I'm Sicilian.
Paul Ritchie. I'm Sicilian. Unquote. Hashtag
What
ContinueCast. Hashtag what even is Paul?
Post it.
That's the best.
Go for it.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, I just I can't function like that. Like, I can't I don't want to live in that world. And I would probably just commit suicide if I lived.
What
in that
about
world.
like putting yourself in the brain of a character?
Sure.
To get through it,
Sure, absolutely, and but it's
or does it still seep in too much because of the what it is?
It still seeps in too much for me. I mean, maybe if I went back, I got a little better at it, and I was like, okay, maybe that's the point though. Maybe you have to focus on your work. Maybe that's another one of the sociological, societal things it's telling you to do. It reminded me of working at Starbucks and learning how to make all those drinks.
Right.
And there were rules for every drink, and if you fucked up, it sucked because you'd instantly hear about it because it's drugs. You're giving people drugs,
Right.
And if they didn't like their drugs, you're gonna hear about it,
Right.
And it's just very heartless, cold, black and white world, and the world isn't really like that.
Yeah, but that's on your side, and other people are just like, "Hey, I just want my coffee correctly." Do you know what I mean? That's you're on the one
Right.
side of the gate,
Right.
and everybody else is just like, "Hey, I just want to get into fucking
Yeah, but
Aristoica or whatever."
But the corporation aspect of that isn't like they don't care about you as a person. You're just a tool in their. You're just a cog in their machine. They don't care. The people want their coffee, but it makes you question what's important. Is me if you getting the wrong coffee making your day horrible? I'm a person too. I'm making a mistake. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what this game is showing you. It's going.
yeah.
It's going. You're ruining that person's life, but if you don't ruin that person's life,
Right.
then your kid's gonna die.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's very it's much more complicated, boiled down into this numbers and format, documents and
Yeah.
things like that, which is uncomfortable for me.
Well, it's unbelievable how much nuance he was able to put into this game, just from just by a little. It sounds so simple,
Right.
I check
Right.
documents at a border, but then it has an incredible amount of complexity, and it's interesting that you bring up stuff like that, making you be, focus on your work to get through the day and
Right.
stuff like that, and when he starts when they give you a gun and they're like, oh well, we had to get rid of the guards, so now you have to shoot people now.
Yep.
That's your thing. And then you have the choice of doing the tranquilizer gun or the actual gun
The
that
kill
kills
gun,
people.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Which is I don't know, is there a money difference for if you kill somebody or if you shoot them with a tranquilizer?
I don't know.
I didn't know notice if
whoops.
there was a difference.
I always just picked the gun. I didn't know there was. I must have been so in my stamp mode when they were telling me about the gun. I was like, yeah, I have a gun, no problem. So I just would use the gun.
Right.
I didn't know there was another gun.
Well, it starts you out the first time it has the tranquilizer gun on the top, but then the second time you can shoot somebody, there's two,
Right.
right? Oh, the revolutionaries
I
give you
never
the
had the
second
second
game?
gun.
They give you the trank
Oh.
gun, is what you're saying.
You get a trank gun. That's
Oh.
the only gun I ever had.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, because I remember having the second gun and I was like,
Because what I did.
oh, okay.
So
I
you're
didn't.
okay.
Sarah, Luke's wife, is chiming in,
Yeah.
telling us some things
She
here.
played the game multiple times already
Yeah.
too. So she knows all the angles. But when I had the gun, which was just the tranquilizer, because I didn't use the other one. That guard whose girlfriend you help get in, you can save his life or he can die.
Oh, okay.
Because he shows up as a green guard instead of black.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So one day the guys storm the place with their motorcycles or whatever, and then
Sweet.
you gotta kill him before they kill him.
Sweet.
Hey, I feel for the guys getting attacked by guys on motorcycles.
Yeah, man.
But if you attack someone rolling up on a bunch of motorcycles, That's sweet.
They have gangs that you can do that with.
Yeah, I know.
You want to join
I
one?
want to join one. I've been saying since I turned 21, I was like, I'm going to join a biker gang, dude.
You got to learn how to ride a motorcycle.
Yeah, I got to do that first.
That's tough.
You're gonna be way harder than you are.
I only want to join a Tokyo, like, Neo-Tokyo biker gang. Like,
Yeah, like a
Akira style.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the only type one.
You need to get like a crotch rocket.
Crotch rocket and the sweet leather jacket, yeah.
Or one of those new bikes that's the 2 wheels in the front and the one in the back.
No way.
Trike,
You're
get
not
the fuck
getting
outta
anywhere
here.
with that. You're not getting in any gangs.
It's like having a sidecar.
Yeah.
Oh, we could
Fuck
go to
outta here.
Sturgis this year. We could. You know what Sturgis is?
Nope.
It's like a huge
Motorcycle
bike.
rally.
Yeah, like a motorcycle rally in South Dakota.
Oh, sweet.
It's like a week-long event, man.
Yeah,
We should just
really?
go anyway.
Yeah.
I wouldn't last 5 minutes in there.
Bike week in Daytona.
You ever want to see ladies ride motorcycles with, like, tape bikinis?
Yeah.
All day.
Sturgis,
Just go live with my
baby.
dad for a month. He'll
He'll harden
show
me
you how
up.
to live.
Will you harden me up a little
Yeah.
bit?
Well, he was up. He used to go to bike week in Daytona. One time he almost cut his thumb off.
Oh, yeah?
To go?
For reasons.
Like, if you don't let me go, I'm going to cut my thumb
No,
off.
he was like, I don't know, cutting a tarp or something. And he like almost cut his thumb off, and he just like
That's not a hard way to
dumped
go.
tequila on it and
Whoa,
taped
that's
it
hard
up.
now.
And
All
he just
right.
taped it
Yeah,
up.
that's hard.
And,
That went from not hard to extremely hard.
yeah.
That like my penis.
He
when you
also
told me
went
that
down
story.
on the sliding board in our pool on his feet and cracked his skull on the bottom of it.
Oh my god. Jesus.
That's a fucking dad thing to do right there.
That's my life. This was my life for the first half of my existence. Hey, watch this. Blood.
I'm learning. I'm really starting to understand a lot about you.
Yeah, now you got me a little more. Yep.
Nick, how did you play this game? Like, what was your mindset during it? I feel like I got an idea of Luke and Josh, but I don't know if I got an idea of how you played it.
I played very like rigidly. Like I wanted to make sure everybody was clear. First off, I want to make sure they were doing it the right way. It's important. So I was constantly checking the rule book all the time to make sure everybody was up to par, and then that would cause me to not get much money. And then I would be like, all right, I'm gonna be better. So I would try and get like better and better, and then eventually I was just like, I can't play this game right.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
Yeah, I
was
just kept I'm like, I can't do this the right way. I keep like fucking up, but I kept like trying. I kept trying to like make it work. It's just very rigid. Like I like that part. I like the checking part, but then like the morality stuff, and I was just like, oh, I have too much heart. Too much heart. My heart and my brain are fighting with each other, and I don't know which one is going to win.
It's you have like a certain amount of like bend that you're allowed in this game.
Yeah.
You got to be like, okay, where can I bend? And that's what I guess the second playthrough is for, so you can be like,
you can play in that zone.
exactly, yeah. It's definitely like a video game player's game, in that like an RPG player would always go back and play it the second time and be like, okay, I know this game now.
Right.
I know exactly what buttons to switch to get the
Right.
perfect ending or
It
whatever.
reminded me a lot of a dating sim.
Yeah.
There used to
definitely.
be, I think I've talked about this before on the show. Ganguro Girl was
I
like
remember
an old
that.
Newgrounds game.
I played that,
and
yeah.
I played the shit out of it. But at the end of that game, you get to it's X-rated, so you get to fuck a chick.
Right.
At the end of this one, it's just you don't die.
Well, you tell me which is sweeter.
You already fucked your chick. You have a son. You got
Yeah,
your
well,
wife.
I didn't
Yeah,
get to
yeah.
see it though in a video game. It wasn't a reward. I didn't get that part.
See, that was my thinking
Why would
when
you
my
bring a son into this
I know.
shithole world?
when my son and uncle
Probably
died. I were
actually,
like,
dude, you probably don't have contraception and shit.
yeah, probably not.
You probably don't have good education to like execute pullout correctly.
I think they use the bead method in
Oh, dude, you
Aristotelica.
were talking about the bead method. We were shooting an episode, and Paul was like, "Oh, in India they use the bead method.
I don't know if it was definitely an
Yeah,
we
yeah,
checked
what
out
What is
some
the
beads.
bead method?
It's a fucking
It's
abacus
rhythm
for your
method.
period, is what it
It's
is.
rhythm.
It's a
method.
period. It's a period abacus.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, so you're telling me the fucking country continent that has 1 billion people is using this great form of fucking birth control that's apparently working, right?
Yeah.
Apparently they're still using it because there's an article on March 28th,
Well, people
2012.
still use the rhythm method. That's still a thing.
the rhythm method.
That's what it's called.
The rhythm and the rhyme method.
That's what the bead method is. It's the
Oh,
rhythm
that's still
method.
another name for
Yeah.
it? I thought it was like your
Didn't you go to health
No, I thought
class?
it was
You
like your
went to
pumping.
Catholic school.
Yeah. I thought it was like your pumping rhythm. Is that
No,
it's like if you
no.
pump slowly,
Oh my
you can't get
God.
pregnant.
That's not true.
impossible.
That's how you get double pregnant.
essentially.
Double pregnant.
That's how babies are made with love.
Gross.
Yeah, man. Ew.
No, I learned
gross.
about the rhythm method later in like
and-
college
yeah.
and stuff like that. No, I mean I
learned about it later in college.
It's okay,
How did you learn about it, Paul?
Yeah, man, hands on. I had practicum classes.
You had a lab.
Yeah,
Paul
It was 4 credits.
Paul was like, so we used to just practice hand on dick. What did you guys use?
hand on dick.
Hand on dick.
He was like, I use birth control. It's like, well, what's that?
I use science to not make a baby. What do you do? Blind faith. I just throw some dice and hope that you don't get pregnant.
I'm just too scared to have sex because apparently God will
Paul
hate
used to
me.
read the tea leaves.
I use the I Ching. I actually read the I Ching. I throw bones for it.
You just think Paul has some really cool Lost coasters,
Oh,
but it's
man.
really how he determines whether or not he's going to get pregnant.
I don't know if we can do it tonight.
Holy shit.
I don't know. The bone's important that you will be naked and pregnant tonight if we do this. So I don't.
Portend. The bones.
Yep. Good stuff.
Yeah.
I played this game like a straight up fuck machine. I was going home banging every night. I don't know about you guys.
You were banging?
Yeah, you get the
Yeah.
option to bang.
Yeah, man.
What? Because they give you
In
those
my
titty
head,
cards?
dude. You got an RP, dude.
You
Got
got
RP.
RP. That's your.
Because I let my son and uncle die, and I was like, "Hey, baby, we gotta make a new baby. Let's do this."
Oh my god.
Straight up fuck machine in this
Fucked
game,
up,
dude.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, that's crazy.
Glad you don't have
Yeah,
any.
gotta repopulate Aristotska, dude.
Aristotska needs sons.
I don't know. I liked this game. I thought it was really fun, to be completely honest. Like, the first time I played it, did not like it.
I think this game is I think the government put this game out there to see who is going to fall in line when
dude.
things go down.
Yeah.
And they're all
Last
turning
Starfighter
into fascists.
Simulator.
Yeah, man. It's very
Thanks, Obama.
it's very like
What's the thing out in the desert that they're collecting all our information at? What's it called again?
NSA?
The NSA, but they have like a compound. Doesn't it have a name?
I don't know. He's
Area
talking
51
about
Blast.
NORAD.
Area 51?
Hold on, NSA compound. I gotta find it.
It's where they keep the atomic clock.
Yeah.
The Hoover Dam.
It's in the mountain.
The Utah Data Center.
The Utah Data Center. There you go.
Utah.
It's in Utah. That's comforting.
It's this game is actually directly tied to the Utah
Yeah.
Data Center. So what
Yeah.
all our gameplays are going through.
I
They're
mean,
they're like Luke Brown.
Yo, I played Wi-Fi
He's good.
off. I played Wi-Fi off, though.
They don't know. Yeah, turn the Wi-Fi
They
off.
can't stop you, dude.
Yeah.
They're going to connect you.
Flips his
I was
computer back
connected
on.
with
It's like,
Ethernet. Just sends it. We finally got Luke Brown's information, sir. He'll fall in line.
Prime candidate for
Promote
falling
him.
in line.
Promote him.
hey, Luke Brown, it's the UDC. We need you right now.
What do you need? Fall in line,
Fall
motherfucker.
in line. It's time to fall in line.
And they're like, we like this Paul character. He lets his mother-in-law and uncle die.
Son and uncle.
Son and uncle.
I kept the
Sorry.
women around.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Even your mother.
I needed a backup, dude.
Did you adopt your niece?
Did you get a choice to do that?
Yeah,
I didn't
when
get
your
that
sister
part.
dies, it says.
Oh, I didn't
you
get
wanna
that part
take your
yet.
niece. Oh, okay.
I think I was like 20 or 25 days in.
I got
don't
to
know.
like
You definitely
11
should have got
days.
that. That happens like mad early because they want to try and get that money from you, so you go
Yeah.
bankrupt.
I remember what day I stopped on. I don't remember. I know that the guards were getting a little iffy with me. It was going a little weird for me because I was dealing with the order. I was like the whole time I was like
Okay.
letting
Yeah,
them-
you were-
Maybe
were
it's different when you
subversive.
do stuff for the order.
yeah.
I know that there's like a general guy who shows up at the end. He's got like a Hitler Nazi hat on, and he's
Oh
like,
really?
Yeah, he like questions you.
Yeah,
right?
that's the guy. He comes up. That's
That's
the guy
the-
that does your performance
Yeah,
The
he
review.
like
wall, dude.
audits you.
Yeah,
basically.
he's like, it's time for your audit. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. And he's like, yeah, you kind of fucked up a little bit, but good work.
yeah.
That's interesting that like I don't know, you get the good ending, you have to like fall in line and do that and like
That's what I
be
mean.
hardline.
man.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Who's
disturbing.
to say which ending
That's
is the
weird.
good ending? I got
Yeah, right.
ending 20. You
That's
don't-
true.
Right,
You're
it
right.
could be-
You can survive, I assume, in other endings.
But what does it show you? Like other than the stats, anything else? Like is there like a wrap up? No.
It's just a
Mine
document.
is like a wrap up. It's like, you got locked up.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
get locked
Yeah.
up.
Oh
they,
well,
like,
yeah. I mean, the
lock
guy
you
comes
up.
and says, "You're my guy." There's a little short thing. The guy says, like, "You did good.
Oh, okay.
Like, you'll continue your job." I mean, the game ends, but you still get to keep your
Right.
job.
You can play endless mode too, right?
Yeah, then you have a code for endless mode, where you just
I don't think I'd play that.
no, there's no
live
way.
that every day.
That would
baby.
be
Yeah,
an-
play it
that's-
every day already.
That's hell. That's living hell.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun to
That's
me at all.
terrible.
Like the whole fun of this game lies within the black and white of what the game actually is.
I think-
that for me.
Yeah, for me, the fun of the game is
Well, I guess fun of
picking
endless
apart the
would be
game.
to see how endless you could make it.
right.
Like, how long
How far
can
can you
last?
go?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what they would do. I guess they would introduce new Oh God, just the thought of it just makes I just
Dude, the
vomit. I
wall-
just
the
wanna
wall's
vomit.
gonna fall at some point, man.
Right?
Then what do you
Right.
do?
You got 10 years about.
Then you form a band.
Probably is gonna be like Mr. Arstatska,
Yeah.
tear down that wall.
Mr. Arstad.
Ich bin ein Aristotskin.
Dude, Bono's gonna refuse to play over there. You
Yeah.
know, that's what brings
Yep.
it down.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Then Hedwig's gonna start singing songs about it.
Yeah.
Hedwig. Fucking Hedwig. That movie's great.
The movie's
That movie
awesome.
That movie is good.
I don't know. I don't think I would play that. It just doesn't seem. It seems like a. I guess there's still going to be the morality things that are going to happen randomly during it.
Yeah.
But it seems like the whole point for me is like giving you that room to make some decisions and being like, well, what would I do? What do I feel like doing in this
It's
situation?
a very like heady game. It's like this game's a lot about like negative space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not about like what happens. It's about like what goes on in your brain, makes
Yeah.
you think about things.
Exactly.
It's nice.
It's got good themes, like it's a document of your life, of your decisions. Like at the end, that's all it is here's your numbers.
Right.
That's what's nice because it's like, hey, do these numbers we made up, do they match up to these other numbers that we made up?
Right.
Also, this symbol, does it match this other symbol? It's so like,
Right.
like when you boil all these things down, it's like, all right, well, this is just like a symbol.
It's just
It
meaningless.
doesn't,
Doesn't
mean
mean anything.
Yeah.
It's bureaucracy.
Like
yeah.
it doesn't.
That's right. There's only room for one thing in your grave.
You.
All right. So let's make our final verdicts on this game. Nick, what do you say?
I continue, man. I like playing this game.
Yeah.
I like the feelings it's given me. No, seriously, it's
I believe-
interesting. It's challenging. I like being challenged, like emotionally.
Uh huh.
It's nice.
That's why I don't talk to my therapist anymore. I just
You
just play papers,
I let
please.
life.
Papers,
I just
please.
let life challenge me emotionally all the time instead.
It doesn't do that anyway. But even if you go to a therapist,
Yeah. If that's that's your outlet. That's cheating. Dude.
Yeah, therapist is like Game Genie, dude.
Yeah, dude. I just
That's
straight
cheating.
up deal with it, man.
you just
I just deal with it.
you just grit your teeth and
Bury it.
Josh, what do you say?
game over.
Game over?
It's a brilliant game. I just don't want to play it.
So you're like, it's like you don't want to go to the museum and think about the art. You're just like,
No, I like to think about the art, and that's I've thought about the
You
art.
just don't like
I
the
just don't
drive
wanna
to the
look
museum.
at it again.
you just don't like the drive.
I want to go look at other pieces of art.
That's
It's not you, it's me, art. I want to see other art.
Luke, what do you say?
I mean, I'll probably continue just because there are other things I want to see, in regards to seeing the revolutionary side, and there are 18 other endings because I got that other ending by accident. So there's 18 other endings somewhere that I haven't seen. I don't know how I'm gonna make them all happen. I probably won't, but I will definitely try and make the revolutionary ending happen.
Cool. Well, Josh, looks like you're going to have to continue regardless because I'm going to continue as well.
It's almost like I'm in our Stotska. You guys are making me do things.
It's almost like you're a special guest and you have no real say.
I got demoted. I'm class.
Boom.
I got
What
demoted
is
from
it-
class 8 to class
What
9.
what is it like to just be the guy that just stares at the wall waiting for everybody else to tell you what to do?
Great.
Actually, we talked about this. What would happen if we continued this one?
Yeah.
What we're going to do is we are going to continue this, and we're going to play it some more. Those of us who haven't finished it are going to finish it, and those of us who have, Luke,
Are we?
Well,
or maybe not.
you don't have to.
You don't have to.
You actually had a lot to say about it, despite hating it, which
Yeah.
is very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't.
No, you didn't hate. Hate was the wrong
Right.
word, but
I
it
don't
wasn't
like
your
it.
cup of tea. But you got what it was trying to do.
Right.
I get it.
But what we're going to do is we're going to play the game again a little bit, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about either like finishing it or second playthroughs or however much more we can play it. Just see what else we can get from it. And then we are going to also play another game. We're going to start The Binding of Isaac on the next episode as well. So we'll spend some time talking about Papers, Please, because I think we went into a lot of the detail about the thematic portions of the game. We'll probably just talk about more detailed things with Papers, Please, and then we'll get into Binding of Isaac as like a full-on dive in with that game. So we're going to do that as well. There is a Humble Bundle sale going on right now that you can get Binding of Isaac with 5 other games for probably $5-ish. So it's worth checking out. And damn is definitely the expletive.
Damn. Humble Bundle. We haven't done that in a while.
You're right.
That's true. That's because we haven't had like the straight up talk where Paul's like, all right, let's talk about them graphics.
I know.
Graphics. You gotta crack that whip, man.
Yeah.
You gotta bust out that.
Well,
rule
remember
book
when I
again.
tried to, and you guys said that I was being a cold-hearted Aristotskin?
Well, it's been so long, Paul. We got you.
Yeah.
We're
He's
rebels
back in
without
there.
a cause.
Yeah, right.
You
I
gotta,
know.
like reel us back into reality.
Thought
Yeah,
maybe
just back in.
playing this game would have gotten you guys in line, but apparently only the Utah data center is going to do that. Thank you for listening to the ContinueCast. Our theme music is written and performed by Chris Connolly, aka DataCats. Check out his Facebook page at facebook.com/datacats. The ContinueCast is produced by Paul Ritchie, Nick Murphy, Josh Henderson, and our special guest, Luke Brown. Email us at continuepodcast@gmail.com. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/continueshow, and follow us on Twitter at continueshow.
The holidays can be stressful and difficult, especially for those who suffer from anxiety and depression, or have loved ones who do. Currently, Take This is collecting stories to run on the new and improved TakeThis.org, and they want to hear from you. Share your story, be it a challenge you face, one you've overcome, or even just a few words of encouragement, and let others know they are not alone at the closing of the year. Your submissions can run anonymously if you want, but please protect the privacy of anyone else mentioned in the story by also not using their real name. There are no set word limits, and submission does not guarantee publication, but Take This will do their best they can to fit everyone in. Please send your stories to Susan@takethis.org. Take This. It's dangerous to go alone.